All right. Good morning. Welcome to another week. It's London session, and yeah, let's see what the market is all about. Okay, so this morning I don't think there's much going on, and I think the best case scenarios should be New York session. If you wait patiently for the New York session, then maybe something might unfold. But this morning, I don't think you should do anything. Um, we've had dollar index drop and then quickly reject, and now it's back inside some small consolidation. Now, I would want to see a move back down again, maybe to attack this low and drop down somewhere in here, and then we will see what price will do going forward. But this morning it's literally not doing much, so I would recommend you sit on your hands and wait till the New York session. Pretty much that will be for all the pairs. You can see we are not doing much, but if I was to do something, I would look at the British pound. That's the one I had doing my analysis overnight, over the weekend. This is a potential buying level for a continuation to attack this high and maybe go into that imbalance. Okay, so if I was to do anything, that would be what I would do for this morning. And then I think it's the the Aussie dollar. We did have a break-in structure here. All right, so I'm looking at this imbalance up there for where price is gonna potentially trade to, and then I'll look for a movement to the downside to attack this low here. Now, this particular one, I think we do have announcement on the economic calendar. We do have the governor for RBA, Royal Bank of Australia, and monetary policy at 2:30 in the morning, tomorrow morning, right, early hours. So I think that's when this one will do what I'm expecting. So tomorrow, early hours in the morning, maybe I'll wake up and trade that news. So what I'm looking for is basically price to pull back relative to this range here. Alright, and then I'll hunt for a sell to come back and attack this low and that low. They've left relative equal lows down here. Right, so that's what I'll look for on this pair. Dollar CAD, I want to see a break of this low. Right, if I was to do anything, I want to see a break of this low first, because we are still bullish based on the daily. Alright, so price needs to show willingness, it wants to come down. But for today, since we don't like to, we don't want to call the highs and lows, right? I'll look for a buy instead of looking for a sell or looking for price to break down. Even though we are in premium, I don't think they did attack the high properly. So this London session, if we do get a pop, we're trading on this auto block here. Okay, we're trading on that auto block there, and we've also taken out the Asian session low. So maybe a run up above this high. or you can use that high. All right. So if price breaks that high, that gives the opportunity to be a buyer. And we have a small gap in here and then a gap there, and that could be used as targets to the upside. So just wait patiently for a close above this high, and you can look for the buy to rebalance this, that, and then go and clean out the high properly, because I don't think that high was run properly. So it might go back up again. All right. So that's what you're looking for on the dollar CAD. Let's go to the next one. Euro pound. This, I think it's still bullish. It looks like it wants to go up in here. Okay, that's what I think it's looking to do. So I'll wait for price action to give me clues by the end of today. So by the end of today, I will basically look for clues to indicate that price wants to go up here. Now, last week, if you remember on Wednesday, I showed you how you can sell on the 1 hour time frame, and then you saw how price went down. On Friday, we didn't get much movement. So what I will look for now will be a break above that high, because that's the last impulse leg, right? Since then, we've not made any lower low, and we've not made a high either, right? So I want to see a run above this high, but because we are in a new week, right, they can send price down to attack this low, which will be a previous week low, this low here, right? That's a previous week low. They can go and attack that and then reject before resuming to come back up here. So that's also another scenario that I'm weighing out. So the best thing is wait till they break out of this range. Okay, if they don't break out, I don't think you should do anything unless you're scalping. Right, if you're scalping, then that's fine. You can look for breaking market structures on the 5 minute chart and then trade that. If you're not scalping, then wait, let the market show you where it wants to go, and then you can participate in that. Gold, I still feel like it needs to trade up here. I think the mean threshold of the last up candle was the target. Actually, they've already traded there. Let me double check the seasonal tendency for gold, because I did not look at gold over the weekend. I just don't like the way price is stuck in that small little range, so I didn't bother looking at it. And then I'll show you the trade that I'm looking to take. Okay, so gold is showing a potential move to the downside to form a seasonal low, right? 20. Okay, the seasonal low will be next week, but it has a downside seasonal tendency from today till the 6th of July. So because of that, and we have that low and we have this low here, I'm gonna anticipate that as the as the narrative to unfold going forward. So I'm looking for price to go down to the 6th of July. Right, so I don't want to see this high taken out. So from here, or between this high and that low, it should be to the downside. All right, so you should be hunting for sell ideas. Okay. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, one of my computers gave up. One of my computers gave up. It's actually the new one that I bought. Right. On Friday, I went to drop my son off to my mother, and I got back home only to find out my computer has shut down, and I've done everything possible. It's not turning on, so I'm down to one computer. So every now and then I have to come and check your questions. Usually I have your questions on other screen, but today I'm stuck with just one. All right, so gold, we are looking for a move down. Maybe they might make a run up here before going down. I'll wait till price becomes very clear. Okay, just wait till price becomes very clear before you do anything. Right now it's trading at the order block here. Right, it's trading at that order block, so it can go and make a new high. As you can see, we have this low, we have this high, we have a low, we have a high, and then made a low and made a high. But all of that is within this high and that low. So this is just a pullback, right? All this high, low is making, it's just a pullback back into this range. So what I will look for is basically one more run, maybe a run above the equal high in here, this high and that high, into that fair value gap, and then I'll hunt for a potential rejection. Okay, oil was amazing last week. I mean, if you remember, I said we could see price reject during the New York session, right? When we were having the session, I said it's either they're gonna attack this equal high and then reject and continue going down, because I gave you the narrative of where price was going, right? Down here and down here. Okay, so this is where I got in, and I'll show you what I did. On the, I think also on the 15 minutes. On the 15 minutes chart, I saw that. Okay, that's what I saw. We have this high, we have that low, we had a high, and then price broke down. So once I saw that, I mean, I love trading oil. So once I saw that, I just dropped down to the 5 minute time frame, and on the 5 minutes time frame, it was a very clean market maker sell model, as you can see. Right. So initially, on the 15 minutes time frame, I was going to anticipate price to come up here for me to sell. So this is when I saw it, right? So I was anticipating price to come up here for me to sell, but on the 5 minutes chart, when I dropped down, this is what I saw, that they've already distributed here, right? So they went up and then dropped down, and then we were inside the time window that I gave you to look at oil, right? So once I saw them inside that, I was like, I don't think it's gonna come up here. So the second fair value gap here, right? This is the first one. The second one, I basically placed a sell limit here. So I was watching the candle, this one printed, and then as soon as that one closed, I placed a sell limit here with my stop loss above that high, and then I started watching it. So initially I was going to target this low, right? I was going to target that low, but because the higher time frame was looking to continue going lower, all I did was, okay, now that we are below this low, do they come above, an up candle? So I kept monitoring all the up candles that was being created. So anytime it formed an up candle, I wanted to see, do they go above it? Because as soon as they go above it, that's where I'm gonna close the trade. And you can see price never did. It did it here, but before it did it, I was already out because this was my target for the week. It was here, exactly this level. Yeah, that was my target for the week, and you can see that's where it hit before pulling back. So it took me out of the trade right there, right? So that was I think one of the best trades I've taken in a while, because that was, if you go back to the 5 minutes chart, right? Imagine selling short here with a stop there and targeting there, right? That was 10 to 1, and I did not take partial. Okay, that was the cool thing about it. I did not take partial. So like I said, it's one of the best trades I've taken in a while. Since I stopped trading, since I stopped doing swing trades, this is one of the best trades I've taken, and it was like minimum drawdown, and that was it. So this week I'm hunting for another one. I'm hunting for another one. Let's go to a 1 hour time frame. So what I'm looking for is maybe a pullback to this level, right? So that's where I'm anticipating the high, maybe today, tomorrow. That's where I'm anticipating the high to fall, and then a move to 105. Let's go to there. I think 4 hour will be good. Okay, so I'm looking for a move to 105. Okay, I'm looking for a move to 105, and there's a small little gap in there. That's my next draw on liquidity. Okay, now this is a previous month low. It can attack that one as well, but this is where I'm willing to trade to, and then I'll scalp to this. So if we get here, right, then I'll just hunt for some sell patterns down here to see if they can go and attack this low. So this is May, right? That's May. That's the low of May, right? So that's where I'm looking for price to go. But OTE relative to this range will bring you right here. So that's a OTE level that can reject price and go and make a new high. But because I'm anticipating a move down, then we could see this low taken. Okay, I don't want to sell short in here. I want to see a little bit of a pullback before going for that low. So that's the business on oil. um, Bitcoin. Finally, Bitcoin traded to that 17,000, which is that old high, right? This old high, and then the imbalance on the monthly. Okay, so I think for now, maybe the bears are going to wait, because we've traded to a significant level, right? So what might end up happening is either they're gonna accumulate longs inside this imbalance in here. So if you scalp, this would be a good opportunity to hunt for scalp, buy longs, right? Because you've been dropping for a while, so they might wanna upset anyone that is still short, right? But do not think that we've made a low. Okay, we don't make lows like this in such a bear market. So wait patiently, let them show you willingness they want to go up before you start buying for long term. Overnight, I think on Sunday I did manage to forecast price coming in here, but it traded to the exact level that I mentioned last week. Notice that I didn't take it off because I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you it traded to the exact level that I pointed out last week, 883 to the pip, and then price rejected. So when I was studying, this is where I saw they were going to come up here on Friday, right? During our session, I told you that they're going to attack this low, but they could trade up into this imbalance, okay, before attacking this low, but they didn't do that, and then price went down. So because they didn't do that and it went down, as soon as it rejected, it was, bound to go and rebalance that. This morning, I think, right, they might upset this equal high. Okay, this equal high here. I think they might upset that small little fair value gap over there. That can be traded to today or tomorrow from here. Alright, so if you do fancy a trade, wait for, because it's too late to get in, OTA is gone, so wait for price to make a new high and then anticipate a pullback before you buy it. Alright, so wait for price to make a new high, pull back, and then you buy. I do have lots of people showing me what they're doing with cryptos, and they're doing well, even though they're counter trending because they're buying. They are still doing well because they use logics that I've taught them to do the buying. Now over here, reason why I think it's going to be a good buy is we have this green candle here, and I think it's not been a while since I taught you when you have a red and then straight away you have a green. Okay, that is a potential buy because it rarely happens. Okay, when you have a red and then you have a green, and then when you have a green and you have a red, that's bearish, right? When you have a red and you have a green, like here, that's bullish, and then when you have a green and then you have a red, that's bearish, right? So that makes this one high probability potential move up here. Also, we are trading at a very deep discount. All right, so that's for these pairs. Let's go on over here. Now, regarding your question on GA, I feel like GA might go up. It might go up here. We also have some clean highs in here. Now, one thing about this pair right now is it's stuck in a consolidation, right? So you just have to be careful. It's a long time, not long term. It's like daily is stuck in a consolidation. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, as I was saying, it's kind of stuck in a consolidation, so it's just running highs. Okay, it's just running highs and lows. Okay, zoom in. High, low, high, low. So it might come up here and then come back down again. So be careful trading this, because as it's trading inside a big range like that, it can't do anything. Okay, it can't do anything. So just be careful in terms of what you are doing with it. Right now, if you ask me, I think it might come inside this, right? It might come inside this fair value gap, and then from there, maybe you can hunt for a reversal, because there's a previous day low right here. Okay, right there. That's Friday's low. I think that's what they're going for. As a matter of fact, that's what it's trying to do now. Okay, so you can hunt for a reversal pattern after it takes out that low, or as it is now, you can hunt for a sell to attack that low there. All right. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. It might form a low tomorrow, because they have some news event tomorrow at 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. So maybe they might use that to form the low. Now, bear with me, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. All right. So as I was saying, it looks to me they're gonna take out this low. If you see, why do I think they're gonna take out that low? Right here, we had an imbalance, right? And price is not respected. But price going through that imbalance, that's not good sign of a potential rejection. So definitely it's gonna run this low. Okay. Now let me show you the pairs that I'm interested in this week, and the those that are high probability, so that you can look for trades on them, right? Because we are not meeting tomorrow, so you can hunt for trades on them. First one is this one here. Remove all this drawing. They are going to run this equal low, and we do have this low to that high. All right. We also have equal lows here. So going forward, you are hunting for sells to continue going down. I think they're going to trade inside this range. Right? 618 is here, 70.5 is here, 50% is here. So 50% will be the next. Once we take out this low, 50% will be the next. So it's trading currently inside this imbalance, right? It's gonna trade up a little bit. It took out previous week low, I think. No, it hasn't taken it out yet. So it's just trading inside this imbalance. I'm hunting for a sell within this range here. Within this high and that low. So that's where I'm anticipating the high of the week to form, and then a move down again. Alright? I'm anticipating a high to form within this range, and then a move down to attack this low. So that's your draw on liquidity. We also have equal lows here. So going forward, I'm bearish. Okay? So that's high probability direction. So you might want to look at this pair going forward for bearish price action. Let me take a screenshot of that and post it in the take a screenshot of that and post it in there. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is Euro Yen. I'm looking for a run back up here. I'm looking for a run back up there. So my first objective actually is here, and then I'm looking at there. Let me do it properly. Where was it? There. All right, and then the oil was another one. So oil was another one. So I'm just giving you what I'm personally gonna be hunting for trades on this week. I'm not gonna trade every single pair out there, right? These are the ones that I'm personally gonna be hunting for trades on. And then what was the other one? This one here. Now, because of the news tomorrow morning, I'm actually gonna wait patiently, but I'm looking for price to draw down here. It might happen later on during the week, not Monday, Tuesday. It might happen later on during the week, right? And even if they go above this high, I'm still looking here, right? My bias doesn't change as long as we are inside this range here. It's actually down here. Put on the H4. And then keep an eye on that one. Alright, I think I've given enough for today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually supposed to be 3, but it's fine. Right, so these are the pairs that I'm looking for potential trades this week. Okay. Aussie New Zealand, I see one H4 OB, then more drop. Yeah, I've just showed you what I'm looking for on that one. Where is it going? This is the draw. So there's nothing else apart from this imbalance. So that's where we're currently at, and I'll look for price to come around this low. The rest, I'm not interested in anything. New Zealand maybe can go and attack this high. New Zealand yen can go and attack this high, but I'm not keen on doing anything on that today. Today's Monday. I wanna relax and not do much. Let's check the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, today's Monday. I don't wanna do much with this, so I'm gonna stay on the sidelines on that one. But it looks to me that it might come back up here, similar to Euro Pound. Alright. So yeah, let's go and look at indices. Indices, watch Friday's high. Okay, watch Friday's high, because it looks like they might attack Friday's high, probably come into here. Right there, inside this, and then move back down again. So the drawn liquidity is on the monthly chart, or I'll say here. Notice that small gap there. That's where I think price is going next. And then we have also that one. On the monthly chart, it's a big one. So I'll refer it on the monthly chart. And then you can narrow it down to the weekly. So this is where I think we should see price drop to this week. So this week, the highest probability is for price to hit this level. So this pulling back should set the stage for price to come down here. All right, that's where, you know, I will maybe once they hit that, we might get price to pull back, come back for deeper retracement. Let me do some swing projection and see. Okay, so you can see it's not it's not random that price is retracing from where it is, right? Because that's a 618 level. If I pull it right to this, to that also give you 127 level. Okay, so lots of confluence in that area for price to, but I don't think it should come all the way up here. That's not what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is we have a swing high in here, so it might take out this high and then reject, drop down, and then pull back. So that 2% level is where maybe it might give a bigger pullback. Okay, so watch that monthly fair value gap and then the 2% of the projection. And you're gonna do the same for obviously these ones. This one has actually attacked Friday's high. They are above Friday's high already. Let's see that. That's also it's not there yet, but it looks like that might also do that, or this one might stay. Check the H4. Yeah, probably that one might also go and attack the high into that area before dropping. Wow, finally my auto blocks are not showing my colors. Ugh. All right, so pretty much very slow Monday morning, but you know, if you're patient, just sit on your hands and wait till New York session, and then New York session might give you a potential trade. But I've shared what I'm currently waiting for. Okay. I've shared what I'm currently waiting for. So you decide what you want to do with the information that I've provided, and obviously watch the economic calendar, because that is going to provide you lots of when and big moves are going to unfold. Yeah, it's Monday morning. There's really not much going on. Um, if you look at the economic calendar, um, it's just like literally nothing, right? So best thing is actually tomorrow. We have high impact news tomorrow, so tomorrow might be when we get some excitement in price. But you can scalp if you know what you're looking for. You can scalp. If you know what you're looking for, you can look for some scalps, right? Let me see if I can hunt for one. Dollar CAD. Okay, that one has cleared that. That would have been a nice. So let's look at this as a steady, because I do record stuff like this. I have lots of recording on market maker buy and sell models when I take them. Okay, so that's a trading range. This high to that low. Right? We hit 70.5. There's a fair value gap and an auto block. And all you have to do is wait for a break in market structure, which should happen here. And then once we break that, price should come and attack this low on the 1 minute chart. Alright, so there you go. Right there. That sets the stage for price coming down here. So I'll look for a pullback and then a sell show. And that should be enough. That should be enough. Give me 2.5. It's not bad. I'll rather see it come and touch this, but you know, that's a breaker, so that's fine. Yeah, I think best is to wait. Okay, that'll be your best option. Wait till that's a lot of back and forth. This pair likes doing something like this. It's crazy. There you go. Alright. That would have driven me nuts. Right? That would have driven me nuts. But you can see. So this is when you start looking for the sell. Okay, because that's when market structure broke, and you start looking for the sell to attack the original consolidation. Okay, so when I sit in front of the screen, this is what I'm hunting for. Whatever time frame that I can clearly see it, I'm gonna trade it. So if you've realized this here on the H4, that's the same thing. What I just did on the Euro pound, that's the same thing I'm seeing here. Okay, so that's why I'm hunting for a trade on that. That's the same thing I'm seeing here on the 1 hour, but this time it's a buy. So that's why I'm hunting for a buy on this one. And then what else did I show you? The oil is the same thing, but on a bigger scale. Okay, so this is a bigger scale, right? And then this one is the same thing I'm seeing here. Okay, so predominantly that's what I'm doing, and then I can trade other things as well if I see other things, but most of the time this is what I'm hunting for. COT, Dixie increase in shorts, British pound increase in longs. Dixie increase in shorts, bullish. Pound increase in longs, bearish. CAD increase in shorts, bullish. JPY increase in longs. Decrease in longs, bullish. Swiss decrease in longs, bullish. Euro decrease in shorts, bearish. AUD decrease in longs, bullish. NZD decrease in longs, bullish. Okay. AUD, the market flow for this week. I haven't checked mine. I haven't done mine yet. Over the weekend, I had a lot of things going on. I went to Brighton for a seminar. So I didn't do much. And yesterday I had to spend time with my son, so I only got to do my analysis, but you know, prices can, right? Prices always can. So, and what I also did was look at seasonal tendency. This week is a bit sideways, in my opinion. Best trades are gonna happen next week. This week is it's mostly going to be sideways. Now, why do I think that? If you look at the economic calendar, right, we don't have much news on the dollar. Have you noticed that? We don't have much news on the dollar. So what would that mean? Dollar is not going to move much. Okay, so if dollar is going to consolidate, then potentially the indices, the majors are not going to move much. They're going to consolidate. So the trades are going to be on the foreign currencies. That's why I've given you on the foreign currencies these ones, okay? Because when dollar goes into consolidation, these ones will be moving. All right, so there you go. Now you can also go through the futures market and then utilize what you think is strong versus what you think is weak. When you do see it, trade it, because this week has the potential of moving the crosses. So for example, Swiss is bullish. It's looking to go and attack this equal highs. And where is CAD? Right, CAD is bearish. CAD should also go and attack this low here. Right, so that gives you CAD Swiss. Right, and you can hunt for a sell on this one. We have equal lows down here, so you can hunt for a sell on that one to attack this equal low. Alright, as a matter of fact, let's look into that. Yeah, that was not bad sell on that one. That was a nice one. OTE. That's how easy you can get trades, right? By looking at the futures market. This one is weak, this one is strong. You trade that. The yen is weak, Swiss is strong. You can trade that. Okay. What else? Let's look at pound, euro. Yeah. So the weakest pair right now is the CAD and yen. Those are the two weak pairs. So you trade CAD pairs versus yen pairs. Okay, for the foreign currencies. And then obviously let's look at CAD pairs. So NZD CAD. I haven't looked at this pair in ages. NZD CAD. Let's look on the weekly. Let's look at the monthly. So we attacked previous month low. This week should be expansion to the upside. Let's measure this. We've gone to 127, pull back 618. So New Zealand CAD is also not bad for a move to there. Yeah, it's gonna go inside this. Let's look here. And we also have clinical highs there, right? So it might go for that. Okay, so that's also a good one to hunt for trades on. And I wouldn't chase it as it is now, right? You wanna wait for pullback. If you looked at it, if I looked at it at London, maybe I would have got in somewhere here, but it's far too gone now. Like something like that, and then you hunt for ultimately that equal high with partial above that high. Okay, so if it does pull back, this is what you can do for this week on this pair. And we do have a fair value gap, so I'll pass you out here as well. Yeah, I'll pass you out there as well. If I look at If I look at BTC for retracement, which monthly candle I should use as the OB? March and February. Let me look at it. BTC monthly for pullback, March or February. I'll look at this low first as a pullback level, and then that one. So it'll probably be February's low, because it matches up with this breaker, this down candle, right? So this low. I'll look at this first, and then here. Right, but one at a time, because it's long-term time frame, one at a time. So this one first. So if it's gonna pull back, which it hasn't shown any signs yet of coming all the way up here. I don't see that yet. It's got mountain to climb. Okay, it's got mountain to climb. Let me see. Maybe if we take out this high, I mean, if it does close above it properly, then yeah. And you can also measure previous week's range. 50% is here, so that can be a target, and then OTE. And so you can frame targets like this for this week's, last week's range, right, to trade up in here. And then once we get there, the high time frame will give you a narrative, right? And then you can key off from the high time frame narrative to see what price you do next. I was looking at this one. Let's go and see all the cards. Aussie cards. Nice equal high over here. Maybe yeah, nice equal high over there. Maybe this one is also not bad. Let's see. Buy. That's going to be a buy. Something like that. Let me see if my AI is giving something on it. No. 30 minutes. There you go. How do I know it's gonna give a trade? Because it should give one. It's already hit all the targets. Let's see the 1 hour. Okay, the 1 hour won't give a trade yet, but the 30 minutes will. So on a 15 minutes time frame, that can be a buy here, and equal high. Will you hold BTC long term in the future if it drops to 10k or below? Yes. I'm not ready to buy it yet. I'm not ready to buy Bitcoin yet, but if I was to do it, I will hold it. Yes, I will hold it. Any questions? Same. I don't want to buy it yet. Was thinking it would do a retracement, go down more. That retracement might trigger a lot of buys. Yeah. So right now, the way it's trading, right, it's gonna feel like it's going up. So there will be a rush. There will be a rush of traders getting in, because they obviously it's retail traders. So most would have lost money, right? So buying, so they want to get some money. And if they are not if they are not strict with their money management, right, they're gonna probably think it's gonna go all the way back, and it can, right? Don't get me wrong, it can go all the way back, but there are some protocols that price will have to go through for it to continue going all the way up. So, um, first of all, it needs to break imbalances, and we have broken the first one. So that gives it, like, for the short term, a potential move to attack some form of liquidity. All right, but whether it goes all the way up, that we don't know yet. But right now, it has the potential to retrace. And looking at this high here on the H4, there's a small imbalance. It could trade up into that one as well, and then that high. But if it takes out this high, it might come back down aggressive again. Okay, if it takes out this high, it might come back down aggressive again, and then price will start going sideways, or it might come back and fill that imbalance on the monthly. Okay, so I'm not excited for it to go, or I'm not, let me put it properly. I don't think it's ready to go up yet for long term, but for the near term, yes, it looks like it wants to go up here. It looks like it wants to go up here. Something like this can do. They've had a big one, which is the last one that happened, so I'm not sure whether it's going to do that. This one was quick and aggressive, okay, after a consolidation. This one was quick and aggressive, so I don't think it will give another one again. This is the first. We had the breakdown, 1, 2. Okay, so I don't think it's, because if it gives another aggressive, then this might get taken. You don't want to see that one. That's gonna give a lot of people heart attack. Right, 127, nailed it. Remember this level, right? So it might give a consolidation. Okay, that's the best it can do. It doesn't have to come down anymore. If it does, was it 4216? Yeah, that's no good. So 127.50. 127 to 50. So it might come back somewhere here for long term, right? But it will probably accumulate first before doing that. But if you do see it going up, pull the fib from this to that, and I think I've shared this with you guys. From 127, if it's retracing, it might go to where 0.50, and then sometimes 0.25. You just have to make sure you pass your out here, because it can get there and then resume coming back down again. Ideally, you want to see that go through the one level, and then you use 0.75 as a target, and then you use 0.05 as a target. But these are long term, okay, not short term. Ooh, that's a pullback. After taking out that high, we have this equal high, so that's not bad buy. I think it's gonna accumulate first. Okay, that's what I think it will do. Alright guys, my time is up. I need to go and do stuff, so I'll touch base with you. I'll touch base with you again Wednesday, and we'll see what the market will provide for us. Okay, so take care of yourselves, and then I'll see you Wednesday. Alright, so peace, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.